Hey guys, this is Jimmy with the LinuxNerd.com, and today we're going to look at CentOS, and it is my preferred operating system for Linux, and we're going to run a minimal installation. Now the point of this series is we're going to do a long-term project, a series. I have at least 15 different videos I've planned. It doesn't have to be in any particular order or anything, but we're going to install CentOS on this server. After we install CentOS on the server, then we're going to put up some security features, and we're going to install different servers and applications. And if you have any recommendations on that, feel free to put them down in the comments section. I can do just about whatever you want with this server. I would recommend, if you're learning Linux and this is something you want to get into, to go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and you'll see a lot more videos. We're going to do an instructional series on CentOS. Alright, so what we've got right here is we have the boot disk of CentOS Linux 8 already running in virtual machine here. Now there's two different versions that you can use. I picked the boot disk. Now the boot disk is going to require internet access because it doesn't have any packages already installed on it. So we'll have to boot up the disk. We'll have to enable the internet connection on there, and then download whatever packages that we want on the system. Now you can optionally go with a DVD and have all the packages available. This is best for an offline that you can install whatever you want. Now we're going to do a minimal install today. That means we're not going to add anything special to it. There's going to be no desktop environments, no GUI or anything like that. The only GUI we're going to see is during the boot process, where we can use the mouse to pick our selections, but after that there will be no GUI. Everything is going to be all command prompts from there. Throughout this entire series with CentOS, everything's going to be run in the terminal. Now we'll use web browsers and other different things to connect to the Linux server, be able to control the server, but everything on the server itself is going to be solely in terminal mode. So if you look on the screen here, I do have a timer set because we're going to compress this for time. We don't want this video to start running too long, but I'm about to go ahead and start this. Now this is exactly what you'll see at the very startup. When you're installing CentOS, this is what it'll boot to. There'll actually be a 1-minute countdown before you have to select what option you want here. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do, install CentOS Linux 8 right now, and as soon as it starts, I'm going to start the timer. So if I skip around and compress the time, you'll know how long this takes to install. So here we go, and I have started the timer. And you can see Linux here booting up. Now you can see the installer loading. Alright, here we go. That only took less than 40 seconds to get to this screen, and so now this is the only GUI we're ever going to see on this server, and you can see that it says welcome to CentOS Linux 8, and since I'm in the United States and speak English, we're going to go ahead and select these options and hit continue. Here you're going to see that it needs an installation source. Now since this is a boot disk, none of the packages are actually available on the disk. What's the neat thing about that is it's only about 800 megs for the image, versus about 6 to 8 gigs for the full installation disk that you can run offline. But the very first thing we're going to have to do right here is we're going to need to go to Network and Host Manager. I'm going to go ahead and select that right now. And you'll see that the Ethernet on the virtual machine here is off. So the very first thing I'm going to do is going to turn it on. You'll see that it's connected and now connected. And we're going to go ahead and select Done. Now we're going to select the installation directory, so I'm going to click on this. We're going to go ahead and make sure that it's the VMware. I have allocated 8 gigs. I can change this later if I need to, but we started with just a default of 8 gigs. And I'm clicking Done. And now we're going to go to the installation source. And we can see that everything looks good here. There would be an error here if it wasn't able to connect. And now you can see that it's downloading the group metadata and all the different packages that are available. Now I'm going to select on software selection. Now here we can set up a server with a GUI if we decided to. We can pick a server with different options here. We of course are going to do minimal install, but the other ones are for a workstation, virtualization host, custom operating system. But we're going to go to minimal with basic functionality, and I'm not going to select any options here. This is the only thing we're going to highlight right here. It's like we're going to start from the ground up. We have the foundation that's going to be laid, and then we can build whatever we want on top of it. I don't want anything extra besides the foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and hit done and go to the disk here. Try this again. Make sure everything looks good. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and begin the installation. We can see we're just slightly past 3 minutes. Now we're going to go ahead and set a root password. I'm going to go ahead and type this in right now. Just a simple password for now. Click done. And we're going to set up the user creation after the install because I want all this by command prompt. Now you can go ahead and see down here that it's already at 125 megs of 312, and so it's already 53% done. And so I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, now you can see that we're past that phase. We're coming up on the 4-minute mark, and now it's actually installing the minimal packages that are required. And the speed of this is really going to vary on your internet connection and the speed of your hard drive and so forth. So this is totally just downloading from the internet. This is not on the image at all, and will require an internet connection to get this far. Okay, now we're about 5.5 minutes in to the install process, and it is now configuring the kernel. Okay, now you can see the bootloader loading. Alright, now you can see that it's installed. It's been 7.5 minutes. Of course, a couple minutes of that was dedicated just to showing you some of the options. We do need a reboot, so I'm going to go ahead and initiate that right now. And we're going to select the top option here. And we can see the CentOS server loading up. Alright, here we go. It is now installed, and I'm going to go ahead and log in with the root account and put in the password that I set up. Okay, now we're totally logged into the server. We have a lot of things to be doing from this point. Next episode, you'll see me set up a new account. It's not good to stay on the root account, and I'm going to actually disable remote access to this server for the root account. We're also going to set up secure shell, and from there we're going to do some hardening features, set up the security. We'll have a series of different things that we're going to do with this server. And so I would encourage you, if there's something particular that you want to see, go ahead and put something down into the comment section. I will read everything that comes through, and if it looks like something that we should put in there, we'll go ahead and do it. And we set up this, and we're just going to play around with this server. Thank you, and have a great day. Hey nerds, you can check out my website or click on this video to learn more about Linux. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And don't stop being nerdy. Thank you.